Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about one of the most important part of the English grammar, the tenses. It is not possible to speak English without the proper knowledge of tenses because English is called as a chronological language. Chronological means like the events or action that are arranged in a proper timeline. That means arrangement of events or action in a timeline. That means English speakers need to know when the action that you are talking about or the event that you are talking about, when it had taken place, when it took place. It is very important for them to know about the timeline of a particular subject you are talking about. So tenses are basically the language clock because it tells you about the time of an action or an event. For example, I have no knowledge. Suppose I have no knowledge of tenses. I have no knowledge how to use tenses in English, but I have only a small knowledge of the English words. And I want to tell you that I had tea today. That means I drank tea today. So, as someone who doesn't have any knowledge of the tenses, I might say that I drank tea today. To that you will question, I am not drinking tea now. My hands are not holding a cup, and it is today. So am I lying to you, or am I speaking in a wrong way? So what is the problem here? Why can't you understand that when I say I drink tea today, it is hard for you to believe because my hands are empty? Because I did not tell you, I did not inform you the proper time. Now, let us do some magic. Let us replace the word drink with drank. So, when I say I drank tea today, so when I say that, you will understand that at some point today, I drank tea. So it is not difficult for you to understand that even when I'm not holding a cup right now and I'm speaking something, some action that took place today, so you know that at some point today I had tea. So it is very simple for you. And how it got simple? When I use the past form of the word drink, that is drank. So now the sentence become past tense. So that is the magic of tenses. It tells you when an action had happened. So as English has become the lingua franca of the modern world, so it is very important for everyone to have the basic knowledge of English grammar so that they can speak English correctly without any problem or without making any grammatical mistake. So if you want to speak English correctly without making any grammatical mistake, then keep watching the video because I'm going to explain to you in the simplest form possible the uses of tenses, the different uses of tenses, and how many tenses are there and how they are divided. So let's begin. There are three types of tenses. They are basically the timelines: the present tense, past tense, and future tense. So past, present, future. So something that is already gone, something that exists now, and something that exists in the future that is coming to us now. So past, present, future. So we will begin with the present tense at first. So present tense is divided into four categories: simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, and present perfect continuous tense. Similarly, past tense is also divided into four groups: simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, and past perfect continuous tense. Then again, future tense is also divided in the same way. We will talk about future tense at the end, but first we will mainly talk about the present and the past tense. So let us begin with the present tense. The form of simple present tense is subject plus verb, and the verb must be written in the present form. This tense is used mainly to express habits and routines. For example, he takes milk every morning, or I get up every day at 5 o'clock. So these are my habits, or these are that he takes milk every morning. This is his habit. So this is an habitual action. Now another form is to express a fact or some general truths, like the sun rises in the east, or the honey is sweet. So these are general truths, these are facts. So these are also written in the simple present tense. Now in the previous example, when I said he takes milk every morning, did you notice that I wrote S with take? Whereas when I said I get up every day at 5 o'clock, I did not use S at the end of the verb, that is get. I did not say I gets up every day at 5 o'clock. Why did I use S with he? It is because of the first person, second person, and third person difference. He is a third person singular number. It is the subject. First person singular number is I. First person plural number is we. Second person singular number you. Third person singular number he, she, it. And third person plural number they. So first person subject, if the subject is I, you don't have to use S at the end of the verb. Like I write, we write, plural number same. Second person, you write, you write. Third person, he, she, it writes. In case of singular number, we will have to add an S with the verb. Whereas in case of plural number, they write. So you only have to pay attention if the subject is a third person plural number. In that case, you will have to add an S with the verb. So it is the most common mistake that students make while working on tenses. So all you have to do is pay attention to the third person singular number subject. That is, if there is he, she, or it, then add an S to the verb. And besides that, you don't have to add an S. Just remember this simple formula. So let us take some more example. I go to school every day. She goes to school every day. Can you see the difference? Where in case of I just used go, whereas in case of he or she, I will use goes. So there are other examples like I write a letter every day, I drink tea every day, I drink water every day. So these are all simple present tense. All you have to now remember is the form of simple present tense, subject plus verb. It is one of the easiest form, subject and the verb. So now you can identify, right? Let me give you some more examples of simple present tense. My mother drives a car. We love our country. It supports our operating system. Now let us discuss about present continuous tense. The form of present continuous tense is subject plus am, is, are, the auxiliary verbs, plus verb, and the verb must be accompanied with the words ing. That means if it is play, then the verb will be written in with ing at the end, playing. If it is work, it will be working. So in the present continuous tense, just like in the previous example I have shown you, I with am, he, she, it is, you, we, they, are. So in case of if the subject is I, you will have to write am. If the subject is he, she, it, you will have to write is. If the subject is you, we, they, then you will have to write are, because you, we, they are in plural number. He, she, it is a singular number and I is a singular number, am. So these are the various uses of the auxiliary verbs that are necessary to form present continuous tense. So uses of the present continuous tense is to denote the actions that are happening now while we are speaking. So it is used to describe some event or action that is taking place right now. Like, I am drinking water now. It is not a general statement. It is an action that is taking place now. I am drinking water. Or we are having breakfast. We are having breakfast. We are doing it now. Or it is also used to express some temporary activities, like she is learning to play violin. Yes, it is true that she is not learning it at this exact moment, but she has been doing it for quite some time, and this process is going on, and it will go on for some time. So this is a temporary activity. She will not take violin lesson her whole life, but she is learning to play it now. Or, my aunt is staying with us for the weekend. My aunt is staying. So it is also temporary. My aunt will not stay with us for the rest of her life. It is only for 2 days. So it is a temporary activity, and for that we use the present continuous tense. So here the form is subject plus am, is, are, auxiliary verb plus ing. Let me give you some more example of this tense. I am counting the numbers. She is talking to her friend. You are looking at your watch. They are reading the lesson. Now let me give you some exercises. If you can answer each of them correctly, then be proud of yourself, because you have officially learned the proper use of simple present tense and present continuous tense. If you are not able to do them, then it's okay, because you will have more time to practice. So the answers are given at the end of the video, but I suggest you do not look at the answer and try to do the exercise yourself. Exercise 1. Number 1. Please take out your copy and write the sentences. Exercise 1. Write these sentences in simple present tense. 1. Sita like fast bites. 2. I drink warm water every morning. 3. They study in the library. 4. He exercises every day. 5. This car runs on petrol. 6. Children play in the park. 7. She knows how to drive. So now try to write these sentences in simple present tense, and make sure you use the proper form of the verb depending on the first person, second person, or third person, singular number or plural number. Now let's go to exercise 2. Make sentences in present continuous tense. 1. Tom washed his car. 2. I write a letter to my friend. 3. They wait for you. 4. We study for our exams. 5. The baby cry. 6. I do my homework. 7. Mohan and Raju play in the park. Now, I want you to write these sentences in present continuous tense. The form is subject plus auxiliary verb depending upon the form of the subject and verb with ing. Just remember, you will have to use is, am or are with the verb. Let us now discuss about the present perfect tense. So, the form of the present perfect tense is subject plus have or has plus verb in the past participle form. So, here you will have to use have or has depending upon the subject. I, you, we, they have. He, she, it has. So, third person singular number are he, she, it. With them, you will always have to use has. Whereas, with the first person, second person, and the plural form of the first person, second person, and third person, you will have to use have. Like I, we, you, he, she, it, they. So with all this, you will have to use have. I know many of you have confusions regarding the uses of have or has. Just remember, if you are talking about another person and if that person is in singular number, then with that person you must always use the verb, auxiliary verb has. But if you are talking about people and there are more than one, then with them you will have to use the auxiliary verb have. This is very simple rule. And with the present perfect tense, you must use the verb in the past participle form. Like for example, eat. What is the past participle form of eat? It is eat, ate, eaten. Eaten is the past participle form. So, if you want to say that you ate an apple, in the present perfect tense, you will say, I have eaten an apple. Or if you want to say I write, then in the present perfect tense you will have to write I have written. Or if you are talking in the third person singular number, you will say he has written or he has eaten an apple. Present perfect tense is mostly used to express about the events, to indicate about completed activities that you have just done, that has been done in the immediate past. Like just now, I have done my homework just now. So you have done it just now. You have completed it just now. So I have done. Here have, because with the subject I and D and the verb is do, and we have used the past participle form of the verb do. Then Sheila has done her homework. So it is the third person. So it is has. Now plural, we have done our homework. So now you can see the difference how we can use have, has, and have. Or if we write he, then he has done his homework. So this is how you use have or has. So it is also used to denote an activity, to refer to an activity for which there is no definite time. Like it has happened, but you don't know exactly when it happened. For example, Mr. Thomas has been to Japan. So we know that he has been to Japan, but we exactly do not know when he went to Japan. So yeah, we can say Mr. Thomas has been to Japan. So these are the uses let me give you some more examples. Children have played during the break, or I have watched the movie. Mohan has taken the book with him. Let's do another exercise to see if you have clearly understood the idea of present perfect tense. So please take out your copy again and try to do the following exercise. Exercise 3. Write the following sentences in present perfect tense. 1. I write a letter to my brother. He go to school. 3. We eat our breakfast. 4. The Prime Minister gave a speech. 5. I know him very well. 6. Daisy helped her sister. 7. Phil and Melinda study together. So please find out these answers yourself, and to check the correct answer you can go to the end of the video, but do not try to see the answer now. First try to find out the answers yourself. Now you can pause the video for a while. I am sure you have done exercise 3. So let's move on to present perfect continuous tense. This is the last category of the present tense. The form of present perfect continuous tense is subject plus have or has plus been plus verb plus ing. So here you will have to use have been or has been, and you will have to use the verb with ing. That means you're like I have been looking. That means I have used have plus been plus I have used ing with the verb look. Now you have already understood the uses of have been, have or has, but still I am repeating that. With I, you, we, they, it is have been. Then with the third person singular number, he, she, it is has been. So the use of this tense is to talk about actions that started in the past and are still continuing. For example, it has been raining since morning. That means it started raining in the morning and it is still raining. So it has been raining since morning, has been. Or I have been waiting for the bus for 2 hours. That means before 2 hours I was waiting for the bus and I'm still waiting. It's been already 2 hours and I'm still waiting for the bus. That means the action of waiting is still continuing. I'm still waiting for the bus. So this present perfect continuous tense is mainly used to denote an action that is still continuing but started in the past. And in these sentences, in these two examples, like it has been raining since morning and I have been waiting for the bus for 2 hours. Can you see the difference in writing the time? I have used since in the first sentence, and in the second I have used for. There is a difference between for and since. When you use for, that means you are talking about the amount of time. But when you use since, that means you are mentioning the starting point of an action that is still continuing. So if I say since 5 o'clock in the morning, that means I started the action at 5 o'clock in the morning. But if I say for 2 hours, that means I am not telling you about the starting point of the time, but I am telling you about the amount of time I have done the action. So this is the difference between for and since. When you write since, it is necessary to denote the starting point of the time. So let us go back to the previous examples. It has been raining since morning. So because it is a third person singular number, so we have used has. And 2, I have been waiting for the bus for 2 hours. So because I is a first person singular number, so we have used have. So you already know the difference between have and has and how to use it. Now let us do a little review of the things that we have learned. We have learned about simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, and present perfect continuous tense. Now let us take a small example, and we will write the same sentences in 4 different forms. For example, I drink tea. It is in simple present tense. I am drinking tea. Present continuous tense. I have drunk tea. Present perfect tense. I have been drinking tea. Present perfect continuous tense. So can you see the difference in all the 4 sentences? I hope so. Now let us rewrite the sentences by changing the subject into third person singular number. Like he, she, it drinks tea. He, she, it is drinking tea. He, she, it has drunk tea. He, she, it has been drinking tea. So this is how you were supposed to use has and have in writing the different forms of present tense. Now let us do another exercise. Exercise 4. Write the following sentences in present perfect continuous tense. You can pause the video while you take out your copy and pen. So, number 1, I suggest you do the exercise yourself, although I will give you the answers at the end of the video, but try to do it yourself so that you will know how much you have learned. It is very important to have a good concept of the tenses, because it will not only help you now, it will help you whenever you speak English for the rest of your life. So, exercise 4, number 1. He waited for the doctor since 5 p.m. Number 2. Rita slept for 5 hours. Number 3. I try to solve this problem since morning. Number 4. They run around in the field for hours. Number 5. Mr. Coulson do his job very well since day 1. Now try to change these sentences into present perfect continuous tense and check your answers at the end of the video. You can pause the video for a while you write the answers. I hope all of you are done with the exercises. So let's now talk about the answers. You can check your answers here and find out if you have written them correctly or not. Exercise 1. Answers. 1. Sita likes fast bikes. Number 2. I drink warm water every morning. Number 3. They study in the library. Number 4. He exercises every day. Number 5. This car runs on petrol. Number 6. Children play in the park. Number 7. She knows how to drive. I hope most of your answers are correct. Now, exercise 2. Answers. 1. Tom is washing his car. Number 2. I am writing a letter to my friend. Number 3. They are waiting for you. Number 4. We are studying for our exams. Number 5. The baby is crying. Number 6. I am doing my homework. Number 7. Mohan and Raju are playing in the park. I hope most of your answers are correct in this exercise also. Now, exercise 3. Answers. 1. I have written a letter to my brother. Number 2. He has gone to school. Number 3. We have eaten our breakfast. Number 4. The Prime Minister has given a speech. Number 5. I have known him very well. Number 6. Daisy has helped her sister. Number 7. Phil and Melinda have studied together. I hope you have found a correct answer and see that you have written the verb in the past participle form. You see in the present perfect tense and also in the past perfect tense and future perfect tense, it is very important to write the verb in the past participle form, not in the past form but past participle. That means the third form of the verb. If it is eat, it will be eaten. If it is do, it will be done. Never use the first form or the second form of the verb while writing a present perfect, past perfect or future perfect tense. Now, let us move on to exercise 4. Answers. 1. He has been waiting for the doctor since 5 p.m. Number 2. Rita has been sleeping for 5 hours. Number 3. I have been trying to solve this problem since morning. Number 4. They have been running around in the field for hours. Number 5. Mr. Coulson has been doing his job very well since day 1. So this is the end of this exercise and this is the end of discussing all the categories of the present tense. I hope you have understood it, and if you haven't, you can ask your questions in the comment, or you can text me in my number, or you can watch the video again. It is very important to have the correct concept of the tenses because it helps you to speak English correctly. So this is the end of the part 1 of tenses.